evening in Biggie's house. I mean, prior to filming this video, I had to take a moment to laugh at myself properly because I just could not believe that I, of all people, me, Gloria Elijah, or frankly speaking, Gloria Elijah, literally fell, like completely fell for Biggie's prank tonight with regards to nominations. I mean, guys, how did I forget that when it comes to the first nominations of the season in Big Brother's house, it is never a straightforward process. There's always something that comes up. There's always something involved. Guys, I lost God. I completely lost focus. I was so carried away with the number of nominations that certain housemates were getting. I mean, some housemates were literally getting 7 nominations, 6 nominations. Guys, it was wild. I was carried away. And I was just waiting to see how they were going to survive this week. And then boom, Big Brother decided to, step in and do what Big Brother knows how to do best. Shock us all. Shock the housemates as well. Anyways, guys, it was a pleasant surprise, a pleasant mini twist. I absolutely loved it. I mean, I've been telling you all before the show started that I just wanted production to surprise me this season, and that's exactly what they've been doing, and I have been loving it. I've been loving every single step of it. So guys, on this video, I'm going to share with you the details of the live nomination process, the first ever nomination process of the season, as well as the first Head of House challenge of the season. I might not really go into details about that one because it was just all about games, but we're going to talk about that one as well. And of course, Neil's choice for a housemate to deny the opportunity to participate in the first Head of House challenge, guys. In a way, it sort of created some sort of rift between you and that person. In fact, the entire nomination process came with, 1 or 2 things to talk about, and I'm going to share everything on this video. So please make sure you watch to the end. Do not skip out on any part. There is a lot you will miss if you skip out on any part, all right? And yeah, officially, you're all specially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. For those of you that are new here, as usual, I want to especially welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. If you are yet to become a part of this community, please do not hesitate to subscribe. You totally need to subscribe, and as you're doing that, make sure you turn on your post notification bell. That will help you to always receive a lot of my videos whenever I upload new one, and I upload daily, especially with regards to this Big Brother Mzansi show that is ongoing. So if you're looking for that space where you can get the most detailed, factual and accurate analysis of the show, as well as all our reality TV shows, this is the space for you. All right. And for those of you that are OGs, returning viewers, returning subscribers, thank you so much for choosing to come back to watch my video. Now, all of that said, let's proceed with the details of this particular video. Okay, so the Head of House game was quite interesting. As a matter of fact, I've never seen a Head of House game like that before. So kudos to the organizers, kudos to the what do they call them, the creators of the game. That was quite creative, for lack of a better word. That was quite creative, very innovative, and I liked it because, as I said, it was new, it was fresh. I'd never seen a game like that before on any Big Brother season that I have ever watched, so I really liked it. Now, going back to the game, the challenge was actually in 3 stages. So the first one was testing the speed and focus of the housemates. So housemates were paired, yeah. Now, before we even get into the actual challenge in itself, Big Brother had summoned Neo, a disruptor, of course, as we already know, and the winner of the Power of Influence challenge that happened earlier today. If you are lost on that information, please check out my previous video. I explained in detail. In fact, my previous videos, you see all of that information. So Neo won, and remember, Neo is one of the 3 disruptors introduced to us by Lawrence yesterday during the live launch show. All right, so Biggie had already informed Neo earlier that she would be summoned to pick someone to deny the privilege of also participating in the Head of House challenge. And so Neo had chosen Els. Yeah, Els was smiling, but you could tell that the smile was not genuine. I mean, come on, guys. anybody would be really mad. Anybody would be really pissed to have been denied the opportunity to partake in the first Head of House challenge of the season. Guys, we know what the title of Head of House comes with. Comes with immunity. And for this season, for now, as we know, it also comes with the power to save and replace. So Els was really mad. She was smiling, but I knew she was really mad. And it reflected in her nomination choice. We're going to get to that one. Anyways, fast forward to the games. As I said before, it was in 3 different stages. The first one was to test the speed and focus of the housemates. They were paired, and it became an even number, of course, because Els was no longer in the picture. And that made me understand why Biggie had actually introduced the power of influence challenge, because the housemates are 23 in number. So if they're going to play a Head of House challenge that requires them to be paired, then it means one person would have to be out of the game for it to be balanced. So that was exactly what happened. Everything made sense at the end of the day. Now, the instruction for the first stage was for the housemates to grab for the object that was placed in between them, and housemates who qualified moved to the next round. The next round was quite dicey for me, yes. And the fact that some housemates were able to even qualify to the next round, guys, that was really huge. They were to sort of glide through the arena with mats, right? And then jump like some obstacles. There was a hoop and then there was a tire before they got to the finish line. And Makeke and Mich were the only 2 housemates that actually scaled through to the final stage. Now, the final stage was for them to roll on the mat, transferring balls from one hoop to the other. Now, I'm going to be very frank with all of you. I personally felt like Makeke should have won that round, like he should have emerged the Head of House. But then, according to Big Brother, because he had stood up to pack his balls, then he was disqualified. And frankly speaking, it just did not really make sense to me, because Biggie did not share that information that they were not supposed to stand. But then, hey, what can I say? It comes with the game, right? One needs to be smart and needs to read between the lines of Big Brother's instructions, to really understand what they have to do when it comes to games in the arena. And so Mich emerged the Head of House, the first Head of House of this season of Brother Mzansi. Massive congratulations to him. It wasn't easy. And in a way, it was kind of significant because when Big Brother had asked the ninjas to explain the process of that particular round to both Mich and Makeke, Makeke's ninja had actually, demonstrated excellently. But Mich's own ninja did not do jack, and it's a female ninja. And it was really annoying because I was looking at this person, I'm like, I don't understand, don't you know your job? It was really annoying, and Mich was sort of frustrated. So the fact that he won, it was also really huge for him because it just felt like, oh wow, luck was really on his side. But anyways, as is typical of Big Brother's house, Mich had to choose a partner, like a guest, for the Head of House lounge. And he had gone for Fahima, and I wasn't really surprised because these 2 people, they've built a rapport ever since yesterday. So Fahima was quite excited, to also taste the luxury of the Head of House lounge. The live nomination process had happened about 30 minutes later. But before we get into it, let me point out something I've noticed that's happening with the Head of House throne. Yeah. Now, there seems to be an unbreakable bond between Yolanda and that Head of House throne. So it started with Yolanda first, and then Mich joined her on the throne yesterday during the live launch show when Lawrence was introducing the housemates into the house, right? Now, when I saw it, I felt like, okay, maybe it's just excitement. But ever since yesterday, Yolanda has been so possessive of that Head of House throne. Like, she's not making it look like it is a personal sitting position in Big Brother's house. And in as much as I try to ignore it, I'm going to be frank with all of you, I can't really ignore it. I find it quite, I don't know, should I say annoying? Because everybody knows, I mean, if you're coming to be a part of Big Brother's show, come on, you must have at least watched any of the seasons. So Yolanda cannot say that she's not aware that it is in a way against Biggie's rules for any other housemate to consistently occupy the head of house throne except the head of house himself or the deputy, if there is a deputy. Right now, I don't know if this particular rule is in the rule book. I'm not really sure, but it's a norm. Everybody knows, all the housemates know. Season through season, we see how housemates avoid the head of house throne. Yes, and there was even a particular season that Big Brother had actually called out housemates that had been daring enough to, sit on that throne without being occupying the title of the head of house, right? But ever since yesterday, the show launched, that throne has been Yolanda's property. Yeah. In fact, guys, one would expect that right after the head of house challenge, Mich emerging the winner, Yolanda would read the room and know that she should not be on that seat anymore. But she continues to occupy it. And Biggie has not said anything, which now goes back to what I was saying during our live conversation prior to the show starting, that listen, this season, we don't want a mediocre Big Brother. We know he's Big Brother, but we want a Big Brother that will call out these housemates on their bullshit. Yes. If something is against the rule, Big Brother needs to call these housemates out. Yeah. Now, I know that a lot of people are not wanting to talk about it because, hey, she's got vitiligo, she's got a skin condition. So people will feel like, oh, maybe somebody or Gloria Elijah is sort of picking on her, but no. Yolanda should know what to do. I feel like she should not be on that seat anymore now that there's officially a head of house. What you all think about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now quickly moving on to the nominations process. Now remember, we have 3 disruptors amongst the housemates, and by virtue of how the show runs, their vote does not count. Their nominations does not count, all right? But they will just have to go into the diary room to observe the same procedure as all the other housemates to avoid suspicions, all right? So whatever I mentioned that they nominated, or whoever I mentioned that they nominated, it does not count, all right? Not today, but also moving forward. Not just today, but also moving forward. Anyways, beginning with Jari nominated Mark Jr. and Lerato. Pale, full name is Palesa. Pale nominated Mark Jr. and Yolanda. Now, she nominated Mark Jr. Because, according to her, he's disconnected and he seems unreadable. Yes. For Yolanda, she feels like Yolanda is a strong contender, and it's a game. She has to be nominated. For Makeke nominated Sinaye and Yolanda. See, I got it right. Sinaye. Yes. Mali nominated Bravo B and Millet. Mpumi nominated Els and Z. Bravo B nominated Mark Jr. and Sinaye. Now guys, I don't know if you've noticed the consistency with which Mark Jr.'s name is being mentioned. We'll tell you the number of nominations you end up getting tonight. Now, Fahima nominated Lerato and Els. Now, these nominations that the disruptors are doing are done with the assumption of them having the power to nominate. Yes, if they were not fake housemates, all right? So disregard it. But just to let you know that these people are also observing what's happening in the house, and they too have a choice if they were to nominate, all right? So as I said, Fahima nominated Lerato and Els. Taki, also a disruptor, nominated Yolanda and Jari. Sinaye nominated Yolanda and Mark Jr. Z nominated Mark Jr. and Mali. Young Papi nominated Mark Jr. and Mali. Papa Ghost nominated Pale and Yolanda. Millet nominated Mark Jr. and Taki. Yolanda nominated Lerato and Makeke. Willie nominated Els and Taki. One thing I did not mention is that Sammy M actually is the winner of the Eye of Immunity. Yes, that was the first challenge for the season that happened last night, few minutes after the housemates, had been introduced and welcomed into Big Brother's house. Yes. Remember, the Eye of Immunity grants one housemate immunity. Yes, now there were actually 6 cards in the house, but the housemates were not able to find all the cards. Only Sammy M was able to win that card. All right, so Sammy M was not to be nominated. Of course, the head of house as well was not to be nominated. So Sammy M nominated Lerato and Yolanda. Chuenza nominated Papa Ghost and Mpumi. Lerato nominated Mpumi and Yolanda. Els nominated Neo and Fahima. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, Neo had denied Els the privilege to participate in the Head of House challenge. And I told you all that she was quite upset. So when she got into the diary room to nominate, the resolution was written all over her face. Even when people that told her to repeat her nomination choices, this girl was like, Neo and Fahima. I'm like, hey, problem in the house. I know what's funny. Neo also once again nominated Els and Mali. And it made me wonder that, okay, could there be a personal beef that we don't know about between these two women? Because when Neo called Elsie's name as the person she was denying that privilege to participate in the Head of House games, I felt like, well, it's a game, yeah. Someone needed to be mentioned anyways. If it wasn't Els, who else would it be? It could be anybody, yeah, so whatever. But then, when you nominated Els again for nomination for possible eviction, guys, I said, nah, there's a problem. There is something we don't know about. And I am hoping that these people are very honest with their diary session, because I want to know why. Aside the whole beef I perceive to exist between these two people, I'm also wondering why almost everybody was nominating Mac Jr., Lerato, and Yolanda. For Yolanda, I might have an idea, because I feel like Yolanda is a special case. These people are not dumb. You're fully aware that individuals that come with a special case or a special need to Biggie's house, to the game, to the show, tend to have an advantage with the viewing audience. Remember, the viewing audience are very emotional. Yeah, people most of the time would vote emotionally rather than strategically. Yes, they would rather vote emotionally. So they are probably aware that, this woman has a skin condition. She's probably going to be gathering pity votes already or something, whatever. But hey, that is just my observation. So let me know what you think about that. Now, still on the nominations, Mac Jr. nominated Papa Ghost and Sinae. And then Liena nominated Papa Ghost and Lerato. In total, Mac Jr. gathered 7 nominations. Lerato got 6. Yolanda got 7. We should call it 6, because one of the disruptors nominated her. Lerato as well, we should call it 5 because one of the disruptors also nominated her. Mali got 3 nominations. Els would have gotten 3 nominations, but she got 2 nominations from 2 real housemates and 1 nomination from one of the disruptors. And then Papa Ghost got 4. I think I mentioned that already. Then Sinaye got 3 nominations. Yes, Sinaye had a situation earlier today, which I will share on another video, right? But for now, maybe I give the housemates a shocker. Biggie literally put all the housemates up for eviction this week.
Big Brother has decided to put up the whole house for eviction this coming Sunday.
Lawrence had already informed us that there will actually be a real eviction this Sunday. So ladies and gentlemen, the voting lines are open. If you're in the country where you can vote, please go ahead and vote for whoever is tickling your fancy already. I know it's too early to ask you who is your fave, but if you do have a fave, let me know in the comment section below, right? And that also means that Mich did not get to use his veto power, save and replace. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for all the interesting stuff with regards to challenges and games that happened in Big Brother's house tonight. Just go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on another video soon. Have an amazing evening. Bye.